Hello everyone, today in this video we'll be solving the question which is product of array except self. So let's first go through the question to get a better understanding of what the question actually is, then we'll be solving the question. Okay, so the product of array except self, what can you understand by the term except self? So if the array given to us is 1 2 3 4, there are 4 elements in it. As you can see, there are the elements are 1 2 3 and 4, and product of the elements except self means what? In the first position, what I have to calculate is all the products, means all the elements product except this element. So what will be the product? 2 into 3 into 4, which is 24. That will be stored in the first location. In second location, calculate all the sum except 2, all the product except 2. So it will be 1 into 3 into 4, which is 12. And for the for the third one, will be excluding 3, and will be calculating the product of 1 2 and 4, which we will get as 8. And for the last one, 1 2 and 3, it will be 6. Okay, so that's what we have to store, and let's see the approach for it. And one constraint is that we have to write an algorithm that runs in O of n time, and also without using the division operation. Okay, so why they have mentioned the division operation is that because what we can do is we can just calculate all the products, means all the elements product, like 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, which is 24, and we'll store in a variable called m. Okay, after that what we will do, again we will traverse to the array, and what we will do is 24 divided by 1, that will be stored here, 24 divided by 2, that will be stored here, 24 by 3, that will be stored, 24 by 4, that will be stored, because 24 is what? The sum means the product of all the elements. And if we divide each element by means if we divide this divide the product by each element, we will get the product of all the elements except this element, right? That's what they have mentioned, that we can't use the division operation. So let's see what is the approach we can follow. Okay, so let's go to the code part here. In the code part, let me show you the whole code part, how much is the code. So this is the code part here. Let's see how much it is. This is the code part total. Okay, now here what's happening, let's see the outlook. First, what we have to see is the outlook. Here the result array is initialized, so result array is nothing but where we will be storing the result and returning it. So this is the result array. After that, what we are doing is we have two for loops here. This first for loop, this second for loop. Okay, two for loops and one initialization, that's all. Now let's understand what is happening here as well as here. Okay, so firstly what we are calculating is I is equal to 0, temp is equal to 1, I is less than nums dot length I plus plus. Okay, so I is running from I is running from this location till this location. Okay, and temp value initially is how much? 1. Okay, so let's write that as 1 and move forward. Now what's happening in each for loop? In the first for loop, result of I is equal to temp. So let's do that. As we dry run through the code along with the example, you will understand what's actually happening. Okay, so temp is equal to result of I. Next, temp into is equal to nums of I. Temp is equal to temp into nums of I. 1 into 1, it will be 1 only. Let's keep it as such. Move on, increment I value. Now I will become 2, I is pointing to this location, sorry, I is 1, I is pointing to this location. Then what we have to do, result of I is equal to temp. So result of I is equal to temp. Also temp into is equal to nums of I. So temp will become how much? 1 into 2, 2. Now temp is 2. Now I will become 3, I will come here. Sorry, I will become 2, I will come here, and we'll be storing temp value here. Okay, then what we are doing, we are multiplying 3 into 2 and storing in temp, right? So temp will be 6. Then in the next iteration I will come here and temp value will be stored here. So temp is 6 now, and 6 4s are 24. So 24 will be stored in temp. So that's what happened in the first for loop. We got 1 1 2 6. Now if you observe carefully, what's happening is in the first location in the result array, the product till this position. Okay, till this position, what is the product? We are just storing as 1 instead of 0. Okay, then for the second position, what is the product till this point? It is 1, so 1 is stored here. Then in the third location, what is the product till this point? 1 into 2, that is stored here. Then till this point, what is the product? 1 2 into 3, that is stored here. Basically that only happened. Okay, now what we will be doing, we will be running this loop. This loop starts from num length minus 1, temp is equal to 1, I is greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus. It will start from here, it will go on like this. Okay, temp is equal to how much? Initially it is 1, and what is the code here? Result of I into is equal to temp. Result of I into is equal to temp, which means here what will be stored? 6 into 1. Then next what will be happening is temp into is equal to nums of I. temp into is equal to nums of I. Temp will be 1 into 4, 4. So temp value will become 4. Again I will come here at this means in this location, and in this location what should happen? In this location what will happen is, in this location temp into is equal to this location. So this location will become 8, 4 into 2 8, then into is equal to this one, 4 3 is a 12. Even if you don't understand what's happening, I will go through it again, so in that time you can understand. For now just listen. Okay, so after that what will happen? I will come to this location, and this into this is equal to this, that will be stored here. So here what will be stored is 12, and here what will happen? Temp means this location into 12, that will be stored in temp, so temp will become 24. After that this location should, this value should be copied to this value, means into is equal to, so it will be 24 here, and this will be 1 into 24, that will be stored in temp only, it's 24. So this is the result array. Now if you observe carefully, except this element, all this means multiplication is 24, except this element all this multiplication is 12, except this element all this multiplication is 8, because we are not not considering 3, 4 into 2 into 1 is 8, and except 4, 3 into 2 into 1 is 6. Now what we did in the second iteration, in the second iteration what we had done is, if you observe carefully, in the first iteration what were the element values? If I make another array here, in the first iteration the element values were this one, right? 1 1 2 6, right? These were the means the array values. So what we did is, we initialized temp as 1, then what we did, see, 6 is 6 means what? 6 means 1 into 2 into 3. Okay, that only value we have initialized here in the first array. Now what we need to have the sum of these elements. Okay, here nothing is there, so we will just multiply with 1 and store it here. So that's why it is 6 only. Next what we did, coming to this location, what is this? This is nothing but the product of these two elements. Okay, now what we need, the product of this element as well, to get the optimal answer, right? 1 into 2 into 4 should be stored in this location, right? So this sum, this multiplication means all the elements right to 3, this product where it is stored, this product is stored in here only, temp into this location. That's why we are, when we are coming here, all the location, all the products which we are encountering here, that product is storing in temp. When you come here, these products will store in temp, because if we don't include this one, this answer is already in the previous array. This answer where we will get, in the temp we will get. So that's why we will multiply the previous answer into this answer, so that we get this product into this product, and will be storing here itself. Okay, that's why we are doing that one. So temp will be 4 now after the first iteration, so it became 4 here. Yeah, it became 4 here, and after that 2 is nothing but these two multiplication, and right of this one multiplication is stored here. So we need this and this multiplication, right? So this value is the right multiplication, left multiplication, that should be multiplied and stored in this same location. So that's what I got here, 8. Okay, then moving on, when we come here, okay, till this point means till the left. Okay, I am at this location. Okay, left of this location's multiplication is stored in this place. I need the right of multiplication. Where will I get the right of multiplication? Right of multiplication will be stored in temp. That's why when I came here, I should multiply 4 with 3 and store that answer. Okay, so that what I will store here is this answer, 12. So 12 is nothing but the right multiplication of 2. This location's right multiplication is stored here. This one will be multiplied with the left multiplication. That will be multiplied and stored in the same location. So it will be 12, right? So right multiplication and left multiplication's answer will be stored here. Same thing goes for here also. When I come to this location, I have the product of left elements, and the right elements product will be this one, temp, in temp. Okay, so when I come here, I should multiply this also here, so it will become 24 here. So 24 is here, and this is the right multiplication, and this is the left multiplication. Multiply these two and store in the same location, so what I get is 24. Okay, so that's my final answer. Okay, so that's what's happening in the two for loops. first the left multiplication is stored in the result, then coming to from right, the right multiplication is stored. So in each time the element which I am including, that is the element which I am present at, that is excluded, because till the left I have the multiplication here, and the right I am getting multiplied. I am multiplying this. I am multiplying with the left one which is stored here. So this is not getting multiplied in the answer. Except this, all the elements which are present here are getting multiplied. Right? That's what we want. Right? Product of array except self. Right? So finally we'll be returning the result. Okay, result is the array which we just got now. Okay. So to quickly wrap up what we are doing here, firstly we have the nums array given to us. We are creating a new result array. After that we are running two for loops. In first for loop, what we are doing, we are just storing the product till that location. Okay, if there are four terms here, till this location means that if I am considering for this one, okay, left of what it is, that is stored in the result array, that multiplication. Okay, then while coming back from the right, at that time what I am doing, till this location, what is the multiplication, that is getting multiplied with this one. For that I am using temp as a temporary variable for keeping the multiplication. Okay, and then when we do the two for loops, we will have in the result array the product of elements except the self except the same element. Okay, so then we'll be returning the result, and that's the final answer. Okay.